All right, there we are.
The broadcast is live.
Oh, look at that timing.
Oh,
Wow, look at him
Literally
come. Perfect.
Right on time, Cooley. We
no,
just
I'm
went
always
live.
late. 2 minutes late, like always.
No, we literally just went live. Like literally, what does it say? 15 seconds ago. You're good.
Guess I'm
Well,
on
the game
time,
doesn't
though.
start until Cooley shows up, so 2 minutes late makes sense.
It's my world.
Yeah, we're just living in it.
What's going on, Cooley? How we doing?
Doing well, you guys?
Yeah, hanging in
Doing
there.
all right. I was
Nice.
supposed to be going to the gym after work, and then after work came and a couple other things popped up, and then I was like, oh, all right, whatever. So then I was rushing around, got my girls, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to Papagino's. Instead of going to the gym, I went to Papagino's and spent $70.
Dude, I hate Papa Gino's. I do.
I haven't had it in so long that it was like, for some reason, I'm like, yeah, I need to have the pizza again. So I had a slice of pizza. I had some breadsticks. I had steak and cheese. I went off.
Damn, you did go off.
Yeah,
Nice.
me and the girls
Bacon
just
cheese.
yeah. My older
Papagino's?
daughter just goes. My older daughter goes, "What are we bringing this to a party? Like, what the hell are we doing?"
Their pizza is like cardboard. It's awful.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was just kind of craving it. I haven't had it in probably
You were craving
over-
Papa Gino's?
over 5 to 8, maybe 8 years.
That's great.
How you feeling now?
I think because I only had like a little bit of everything, it wasn't too bad. Like I don't feel like crazy full or anything.
So you must have a lot of leftovers.
A shitload.
Yeah.
So we're good. Plenty to hang
Oh.
out with.
TA's happy that you're here, Cooley. Big time happy that you're here. Yeah. So let's get into it. It's 8:30 here. Cooley, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Merrimack Minute. Welcome everybody. As you can see, we have umpire here for our first umpire guest of the year, which is great to have. Get a little of your insight from your perspective. It was a big week, a lot of interesting stuff that happened in Merrimack this week.
Certainly.
So Cooley, welcome.
I'm excited to be here and excited to be doing these games. They're good games and they're good people. 8:30 game, I'm not a big fan of, but telling you, there's a lot of people when it gets loud there in that middle game. It's like, Jesus, guys, shut up.
That's why A&D just shuts it down for the 8:30s. We just don't come. Just don't show up.
Yeah, you just forfeit the 8:30s, I guess.
Yeah, just get rid of it. Honestly, we're fine.
That's awesome.
And what are the chances also, Cooley, that the one time Blad gets Merrimack all year is the night that the 8:30 game's a forfeit and he gets to go home early. Yeah.
Of course. Not surprised.
Blad, the one time he comes down to Merrimack, he gets a freebie. That's unreal.
That is unreal. Of all people, you know.
All right. So we got some people trickling in here.
Yeah,
so
we got
Colby,
JB here. He was messaging me on Monday, and he was just so ecstatic about the pod, just saying like he loves it, loves it to go to work for and listen to, etc. So we definitely have people chiming in and checking this out, in their off time too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw Cooley. You're in the Facebook group, right? For the Merrimack League.
Yep.
Yeah, some chatter in there today earlier, Colby. I think
Yeah.
two big storylines of the week, and we'll get into it. One was A&D, the first place team, forfeiting on Monday night. We'll talk about that a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen
to talk about that.
I don't think I've ever seen the first place team forfeit before. I think that's just never happened in the history of the league. I guess so. And then the second thing on the flip side of the standings, Holtz. On a tear. They went 2-0 this week after having 2 wins going into the week.
Holtz are closing the gap.
They are.
They won last Wednesday, so they're 3-0 the last 3 games because I umpired that game. Yeah.
Yep, they are. They have the second longest win streak in the league right now. Holtz.
Nice.
Yeah. Fresh off of it's funny because they've won 3 in a row. If you look at the standings, it says last 10, 3-7. So
electric though.
Oh, it's great. All right. So before we get into the picks, or sorry, not the picks, the games and the recaps, anything else that stuck out to you guys? I know those are the 2 things that stuck out to me this week, but anything that stuck out to you guys this week?
No, not much on my end. I mean, obviously I missed Monday, so that was a bummer. And yesterday I was over at Tward, so I didn't get to see some of the earlier game and then whatever. So I didn't know. Not much on my end.
No, I would have brought up Holtz. That's it. because I've had their last few games, and they're clicking right now. We'll see what happens, but
I really think that like literally is the storyline. I mean,
it's
Amadeus
awesome.
comes back. They have him and Gio and everyone showing up. I mean, it shows that team, like, even in the beginning when we were saying that they were fighting, putting up good numbers, just weren't getting the wins. It's almost like now they got their team back, and look what's happening. It's like it's like stringing together.
Yeah, I actually don't even know if they had Gio this week. I don't
Oh,
think he
really?
was at. I don't
he
think he
wasn't
was
there
at either
last
game
night.
this week. Yeah,
No.
Way to go, Gio. Let your team
which
down.
is even more impressive that they're starting to make a run because he's one of their better guys for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I think let's just dive into it. So let's go to Monday night. So we'll go in order of what we got here. So yeah, we'll start right there. That's a 6:30 game at the Legion. Holtz with the 12-6 win over Peterson. So this is where Holtz got started this week. I didn't hear much about this game. I know Colby, you weren't down there at all on Monday. I don't think Cooley, you were there either Monday. But yeah, I mean, Peterson only scored 6 runs in this game. I feel like they've had a couple games where they just randomly score like 6 or less.
Yeah, Jero was saying that he pitched that night. And
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So Jero pitched, and I mean, he still only let up 12 runs, right? So like that's
right.
It's pretty good. And but I guess like even the top of his lineup was pretty like spotty, and then the bottom of his lineup was pretty like kind of a dead zone that night. Like they just could not get the lineup to get into like next gear. It's basically was the details that I had.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think a theme.
I mean, when it shows on 6 runs.
Yeah, I mean, a theme across Monday night is obviously, and we talked about this last week, Monday after the firecracker. So we had a lot of. I think we were actually recording when they were like ending on Sunday night, right? Because we had a Sunday night episode. So a lot of those guys that we were wondering if they were going to show up, I don't think many of them did on Monday night. But Peterson was one of those teams that was short because of guys coming back from the firecracker. But Holtz, you got to take a win anyway you can get it.
Absolutely,
and they'll take that 12-6 win. Move on here, 6:30. Martell, the first of 2 kind of heartbreaking losses for Buckley this week. Buckley on a bit of a slide right now, but this was a slow start to this game. I think it was 2-0 going into the 3rd inning. Phantom and us were kind of just nobody could really find a rhythm. No one was stringing together innings. People were a lot of flyouts, a lot of double plays, and then in the last inning, we were up. We actually took a lead in the bottom of the 6th, and we went up there and we got the first 2 guys out, and then we walked Mitch on it, not on purpose, but Mitch walked, and then Angelo hit a 2-runner to put them up 1, and then we couldn't score in the bottom of the 7th. So tough loss for us on that one.
That's tough. Did you guys have home runs going into the bottom of the 7th?
Yeah, both games this week were home runs. Down 1 or a couple going into the last inning with home runs, and both games I had a chance to hit a home run in the last inning and I didn't. So we're in that weird spot right now where we're not getting blown out. It's a lot of close games and we just can't get over that hurdle. But I feel like once we get 1, we're going to start rolling.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like you've been saying, it's the good time to have that problem. Just hopefully it doesn't last too much longer.
That's the thing is we're running out of time here. We got
right.
We got,
and especially where the standings are like literally like you lose a game and all of a sudden you're straight down.
Yeah, for sure. But Phantom, they kind of kept their streak going. I know they ended up losing Wednesday night, but cool. Have you had a lot of Phantom games that you've umped? I think you're on. You might be on mute.
Yeah, I just muted myself. That's Mitch's team, right?
Yeah, it's Mitch's team.
Yeah, I've had them twice.
What do you think?
They can be good. I don't think they're just not consistent. But they have a good team. So I like them. I don't love them. I think they're a middle of the pack team for that league. But again, in that league, a middle of the pack team can just go and run through the playoffs. Definitely.
So. And this year, the pack is like everyone's the middle. I feel like this year it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so that was a tough loss for us Monday. Move on to 6:30 at Twardowski. This was a walk-off win for NHI. I heard
it was all right, cool.
Yeah, another low-scoring game, and I think it was. This is this happens all the time over the course of the season. It was Tucker Twardowski earlier in the year hit a walk-off homer. This was a new guy. Tyler Daniil hit the walk-off homer. He was the last guy in their order, and I think it was a walk-off 3-runner in the in the bottom of the 7th to get the win. So you got to love that.
That's what it's about right there. And you know what's crazy is the last time those two played each other, the score was like, what, 35-28?
Oh, you're right. I think you're right.
It was huge. I think they both used all their home runs. That was when Monahan had like a 1-2-3 inning to start the game. And I think the second inning, they batted through their lineup 3 times.
Really?
And yeah, it was something ridiculous.
Oh, that's right.
And then NHI just kept putting up numbers with them. Like the game felt like it went 4 hours long.
Yeah. That's the game where Hayes left in the bottom of the first. His team was up by 10. And by the time he got home, they were down 21-10. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, that was it for the Twardowski game. 7:30. I would say now that Phantom's lost a few, and Holtz is they've won a couple, but you got to start saying that VIP might be the hottest team in the league right now.
Were they 4 of their last? Or they went like 4 in a row right now?
I think they've won. I think it's either 4 or 5 in a row at this point. We'll see it when we look at it.
It's 4.
Yeah,
it's 4 in a row.
But even before that loss, I think they were already kind of starting to rattle off a few. So they're definitely climbing the standings. They get the 16-8 win over VFW on Monday night at 7:30. I didn't see a whole lot of this game. Oh, yeah. All right. So Billy's saying that the walk-off kid golfed a ball off of his front foot. So, yeah, I mean, that game.
As long as it goes over, Billy.
I think I was around for part of that game. I don't really know all that happened. It looks like it was a pretty one-sided game here, but VIP gets the 16-8 win. And then the 8:30 game. Colby, I'll let you cover the 8:30 game on Monday.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's
the game.
So
Toromeo boys came to play. That's it.
You got bit with the Firecracker Mondays. Weren't able to field a team.
It's not even just that though. Unfortunately, too, like, everyone has, 16, 17 man rosters. We're currently basically working off of a 13, 14 man roster, unfortunately. So it is what it is.
Oh, all right. So I guess I was way off. Danny Wandell saying that VIP was actually winning going into the last inning.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, VFW was up and VIP came and put up a 10 spot. So I was way off. But VIP, I've seen them do that a few times recently. Just rattle off an inning where just every single guy just running through the lineup.
Yeah, they had I'll get into it afterwards, actually. For our game, they had a strong inning, and then, but yeah, we can talk about it when we go over it.
Cool. Yeah. So that was it for Monday night. I think obviously the two big surprises there was the forfeit and the Holtz win over Peterson. But yeah, let's move on to Wednesday. So last night, start the night, Toromeo. They go to 2-0 on the week. They get the 15-11 win over NHI at the Legion. Colby, did you hear anything about this game? I don't think I heard much on this game.
No, I actually have no idea what happened in this game.
Yeah, but Toromeo was on a little bit of a slide. Seems like they're kind of bouncing back. I think they've won 3 in a row, including the forfeit win.
Yeah, they're second place again.
Yeah, but they're right back in second place.
Just like that.
Yeah, and NHI, we're getting 7 games to go. We're getting pretty close to some of these teams locking themselves in the toilet bowl. Obviously, Holtz is in there, but NHI has got to start winning a couple games if they don't want to be in that toilet bowl.
Did everybody make the game that needed to?
I think so.
Needs to.
I think so. I think all their guys were here all week. Or I know Andy was definitely there last night, but I think he's
definitely saw Andy.
He's good.
I think he's made plenty. Yeah,
I think he's going to be good no matter what.
This might be the most games I've ever seen him make, actually.
Yeah, he's made a ton.
What's their record after that trade they did?
They are 2-5 since the trade, I think.
I don't know if it's that bad.
They just won a second game since, So 2-6.
All right. So here, a little investigating work here. So let's go to. We'll go to NHI.
Mm-mm.
Their
Wow, look at
roster.
that guy.
Come back soon.
Yeah, it's crazy how like much you can actually do in here. Like technically I can give you all the coaches like their own access to their own team sites, and you can like do all this different stuff that you want. I just figure
So give me my damn access.
I just
pay
figure like
for it.
none of you guys want to actually do that. So all right, so the first game that Rustin played for NHI was on June 20th. So let's see what their record was since June 20th. Let's go list view.
This site really is pretty damn cool.
It's pretty easy to use. All right, so June 20th they got the win there. So they've won 3 games since June 20th, and they've lost
1.
And they've lost 6. So they're 3-6 since.
I thought okay. Yeah.
So that was a little website.
Talk about a slide.
A little website navigation for the people watching at home. Yeah, I mean, not what I was expecting. 3-6 after that trade. I don't know about you guys.
No, I wasn't expecting that either. I mean, it's tough to say too, anyways, but because like their top 10 is clearly pretty goddamn good on paper, no matter where they are in the playoff race. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but yeah, wasn't expecting that at all.
And I was actually just about to mention this. I didn't see that, but I guess it shows win-loss on his profile. It's funny, he just commented. I was going to say we should actually look at VIP's record since they traded for Silas.
I think they've lost 1.
They've won a bunch of games since they traded for him.
Yep.
But maybe we'll take a look at that later.
Well, I think also they have like an actual like true infielder shortstop, right? Like I don't think they had that before.
They're like, I don't know, they're buzzing. Like they talk the whole game. That's mostly TB, but they talk like, but the rest of the guys they always seem like they're in good spirits. Cooch kind of has the guys going. So, cool. Let's move on to that 6:30 game last night. Monahan, they bounced back. They were kind of similar to us, sliding a little bit, needed a win. They got that win last night, 18-13 over Peterson. I wasn't there. Colby, you weren't there. So Cooley, you're gonna have to recap this one for us.
It was actually 18-13 is a lot closer than the game. I mean, I think Monahan was up by 8 after the third inning, and so it never got close. But it was first 2 innings was competitive. Tommy struggled a little bit. I actually missed a couple strikes, so I'll give him that. But
love the honesty, love that.
But once he got it, though, he you know how Tommy is. Once he got it, he just kind of shut him down those last 2 innings. So it just kind of kept it there. But overall, it's a good game. Though, not awful. I've seen worse.
I'm sure. Cool. I don't know. I didn't see any of that game. I got there right around the end of that game, but cool. 6:30 Twardowski last night. VIP. We've been talking about them. They get their second win of the week, 20-17 over A&D. So A&D, an 0-2 week. What are we thinking, Coach?
So actually, kind of like Cooley was just saying, VIP had this game, the whole game. Dugas has been pitching fantastic for us. Last night might have been like a little bit rough, like a few certain at bats, but he like constantly battled. But it seemed like it kind of frustrated him like all over his game. Like he wasn't taking the right swings and stuff like that. Like I think he kind of got flustered with it a little bit. And the team was just flat. We just didn't really have it last night for, whatever reason. And VIP took advantage of it. They were chipping away. And then, as you mentioned, I think we like had the game at 8 or something like that. And then they had a 7-run inning, or not a 7-run. I'm sorry, a 6-run inning. One of them, I think it was Griswold, hit a 3-run, which was pretty deflating, as we were already flat as a team. But then in the last inning, proud of my guys and things, something that I've said all season, that they just have fight. I think we put up, I don't know, like 11 runs in the top of the 7th to try and.
Oh, wow. So you guys were getting blown out.
Yeah. They were we were down 14 going in the top of the 7th.
Okay.
and so we put up 11 to almost come back and try and tie it.
I mean, you guys have done that a lot this year, where but more times than not, you guys have actually just come back and won the game.
Right, and that's what I mean though. Like super clutch out of VIP to put up that inning in the bottom of the sixth that they needed to top of the seventh. I mean, that they needed to because we would have come back and won the game.
Yeah, I mean they score runs, dude. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. Like that, they scored 16 Monday, and I know it was super hot that night, and that's like the low mark though for them in like a long time. And you're gonna win a lot of games, I feel like, if you're scoring at least 16. So
right, yep, absolutely, I totally agree.
Awesome. So 7:30 last night. Another kind of shocker here. Like Phantom was probably the hottest team in the league going into this game. But Holtz gets the 14-9 win over Phantom. Cooley, I'll let you take it away.
Again, it was a good game overall. It was back and forth. It was close. I mean, it ended up being 5 runs. Nothing earth-shattering. I can't even tell you who would stand out to me because I don't pay attention that much. I focus on what I need to do, but just one of those games that was lackluster, but some good spots, but it was only for a couple innings, and it just went back to up, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. So one of those games.
Holtz was down when I first showed up to the game. I think they were down like 4 or 5 runs.
Yeah, but that was the beginning. They caught up pretty quick, and then once they got ahead, they kind of stayed ahead.
Oh, okay.
So once they put Dearborn in the catch, they just shut it down.
Oh yeah,
I don't think they scored a run after he came in.
Called a good game.
He's calling a great game. So that means Phantom must have scored a few at the beginning and then just didn't score.
I was gonna say, and to even hold Phantom to 9 runs is a good showing, regardless.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I mean, how are we feeling about Holtz right now? Are they dangerous in the toilet bowl in the playoffs?
No, now I'm not gonna feel bad if I pick against them because they're red hot. Like if I put my double down game on them.
Oh, okay. That's right. We both have one.
We will have a floater.
Well, we're going to see this in a second, but technically we don't have to pick one of their games. They're not one of the 6 games that we definitely always pick. So,
actually, that's something to think about with our floater pick.
We're gonna have to mix that in.
Can we do that on a random game?
Just like a game that we're not all picking. We can talk about. I mean, one? The answer is that we can do whatever we want because we're making up the rules as we go.
Well, I'm the commissioner now. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Awesome. Not so awesome was the 8:30 game. 21-19 VFW with the win over Buckley. Actually, it wasn't a bad game, but close game. We were trailing for a while. We battled back. And then, second time this week, we just couldn't take care of business in the last inning. But yeah, VFW was hitting. They had one inning where we got the first 2 guys out in the inning, and then I think they had like 11 guys in a row get a hit. I know they scored 8 runs in an inning last night where the first 2 guys were definitely out to start the inning.
That was both teams, by the way. I think that was the last 2 games yesterday. Everything happened with 2 outs. I swear to God,
really?
I'm like, Jesus, because it was like 1-2. I'm like, here we go, and then it was like hit, error, hit, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, they hit their home runs well last night. They hit all their home runs. We did not. I think both teams played solid defense from what I can remember. Wasn't a lot of errors in this game. But yeah, we just haven't been able to too much family night at Fidelity before the game. No, I think I was best on my best behavior at family fun night. I
don't think Teddy was.
Teddy, I don't know where Teddy was, but he was.
Teddy was a ghost when I saw him before.
He was not on his best behavior.
No,
but I mean, it didn't matter. He didn't get pitched to last night anyway. So
my first excessive speed I've ever called.
Yeah. So
ever.
Would someone modify one at him?
No, they were pitching around Teddy pretty obviously last night.
Really?
It was bad.
Yeah. The last inning.
Were people like just constantly on for him, so they weren't giving it to him?
Yeah. No, yeah, at least one, at least 2, I think.
It was guys on base every time. Yeah. But Johnny threw 2 perfect, like unlimited arc pitches in that last
strike
at
back to back.
Perfect behind the plate, without a doubt. But they were just 60 feet in the air. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, but
Was he down in his like Ninja Turtle pose when he did it too?
He looked at me after the second one and he was like looking for the green light. And I was sitting there and I was like, I should have given him the green light. I would have loved to have seen him hit one of those out.
Oh, that'd have been awesome.
Yeah. Well, because earlier in the game, they were trying to pitch around him and he hit one out. Like he hit a missile. And so they really, really pitched around him after that. So
what about the defensive play of the game, Jim?
Was that Teddy's sliding catch or Garstang in the backhand in the hole?
Wasn't it your sliding catch in the double play, double him up?
I figured that's what you were saying, but
dude, there was a ball in the right center gap, and out of nowhere, here comes diving Jimmy O'Connor and gets up and throws him out at first. Not even close.
I thought that was going to spark us for sure.
Well, I thought right there, same thing. I thought you guys were going to come in and just light it up, and I was like, all right, that didn't happen. But
yeah, and
nice play though.
Thank you. It really wasn't in the right center gap. It was pretty much in right field. It was Johnny was hitting, and the at bat before I was playing him pretty shallow, and he hit one right in front of me. I was like, he's not going to burn me shallow again. And I played him a little closer, and he kind of blooped one over second a little bit, and I just kind of came out of nowhere and snagged
Love
it.
that.
And I thought that was going to spark us, but I think we might have scored like one or two that next inning, but we just couldn't put together an inning at the end of that game.
Speaking of diving plays, over at Tward, Joey Holmes has been like lights out for me at third base. Absolutely love it. And but he had a little bit of a down and then an up and then a down right away play series. We had a ball hit to right field or to the outfield, wherever. Danny gets the ball at second. The guy's running from second to third. Danny goes to turn and throws the ball dead on at third, and it hit whoever it was in the back. I can't even remember who was running. Hit him right in the back, but Joey was nowhere to be found. Joey was in the left field. He's like, bro, the guy was running right at me. What do you want me to do? I was like, Joey, you weren't even looking. I'm like, you play third. And he's like he's trying to justify himself, but he's just a space cadet. And then so like Danny, who like doesn't say anything, Danny looks at him and goes, Joey, you weren't even near the bag. Like, what are you talking about? So then that happens. Very next pitch, the kid lays out, makes this insane snap-off play at third base, gets up, throws it over HUD's head right to the soccer fields.
I love that. What was HUD's reaction to that?
HUD did like a little like half jump and was just like, all right. They just stayed back down.
I half expected you to say HUD told Joey to like go get the ball. Like
oh no, I think
go
Tucker
get it.
actually went and got it.
Oh, I'm sure he was probably already backing up first.
There was another ball that went to right field. There was a ball that went to right field, and it was like clearly not even close. Tuck just dives, just dove for this ball out of nowhere, and everyone's looking around like, where did he think he was going? It was fucking hilarious. Love that. Kid's out of his tree.
But yeah, Joe, I've seen Joey make a couple of really nice plays at third this year.
He's been lights out.
It's full extension. Like
super impressive what he's doing over at third base.
Yeah,
I also tried it on a whim.
I also saw Kevin Harris last night make a really nice play at short, diving play. I think it was going towards like the left center gap, but it was like low, and it was a really, really nice play. It was like zero reaction time, and he made a great play.
I feel like he was known to be an outfielder. And then all of a sudden this year they started playing him in the infield, and he's been great.
Well, I remember when we were doing like mock drafts and we were talking before the draft. I think it was like later on, like right around the draft time when we were like, oh, he's not an outfielder. Like he can actually play short too. I forgot who it was that was telling us that he's an infielder, but yeah, he's been really good. That Holtz team, again, we've said it all year. Like they're good. Like on paper, they just got to get all the guys there. And they were losing a lot of close games. So I should have stuck with them with my gut on picking them the last few weeks, but yeah. Anything else from this week before we take a look at the standings?
No, I'm interested in the standings because obviously I don't pay attention that much because you guys asked me about Phantom Gymnastics or whatever they are.
Yeah,
and they're probably in the top one or two, and I'm like probably middle of the pack. So
no, you were pretty spot on. I mean, they're literally right in the middle of the pack here, but
they are literally
look
500.
at that league though, like
crazy, right? Like second, we have more separation this week than we did last week because I think we had 3 teams go 2-0. We had 3 teams go 0-2. But yeah, I mean, if we look back at like 3-4 podcasts ago, I think we were right at second place and now we're looking at possible toilet bowl action right now.
There's a lot of teams looking at toilet bowl. Basically, I don't know.
I mean,
almost everyone.
anybody could be.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah. So really, I would say A&D is the only team that can't finish in the toilet bowl. I think
Shocking.
If Torromeo, wins,
Maybe we'll forfeit the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You gotta cool off, but so I think 7 games left. If Torromeo wins another, like if they win 2 next week, then they're probably safe in the toilet bowl. But I also noticed, I was looking at this earlier, with the exception of Holtz, all of the differentials are relatively like small as well. Like Peterson's minus 35, we're minus 30, or sorry, what, 29? Or no, that's 31. NHI, they're 8 and 12, but they're only minus 15. It's just crazy how close everything is. But anything Cooley, now that you've seen the standings, any surprises here for you?
No, they make sense from the games that I did. I think I've only done one of A&D. And then VIP, I haven't seen that much. I see Monahan plenty, you guys a couple times, but
I was gonna say I don't think I've had Cooley like barely at all.
No, just the beginning of the year I had you and VIP, and that was it. But I enjoy doing these games. I really do, because you don't hear anything from anyone. They're good games for the most part, and the atmosphere there, you're not going to beat that anyway. I mean, there's other good leagues around, but you don't get what you get here. So that's the only reason I go up there. It's the furthest ride from my house, but it's the league I enjoy doing. So I'll go up there.
Well, we appreciate that. And everyone listening, like this is why we want to make sure we treat all the umpires like Cooley's a regular guy. Like nobody give any umpires shit. All the umpires are great. They'll hang out, and that you love softball, right, Cooley? That's what it comes down to.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I do it. So
yeah. All right, Cooley. I'm going to put you on the spot though.
Oh boy.
So you've seen the standings. You've seen pretty much all the teams at this point. We've asked a lot of other people for their top 3 power rankings. So, Colby, what should we do? Should we have him pick his finals matchup, or should we have him do his top 3?
I would probably say
let's do both. Actually, let's just do both.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, deal. Fine.
All right, Cooley. First, give us your top 3 teams, and then what you think is going to be the championship matchup.
I'm not giving you the order of my top 3.
That's fine.
But I'm just going to tell you again who I like. A&D is in there, not just because they're standings, but again, I've done their games and they separate. Monahan.
Okay.
Is number 2. And then really when I look at a roster, and again, I've only seen them play, I'm going to have to put VIP as my number 3.
I mean, I think they're probably, like I said before, they're definitely the hottest team in the league right now. I think they've shown that they can hit, and come playoff time, if you're going to score a lot of runs, you're going to do pretty well. I mean, they have way more runs than everybody else.
I can tell you 2 of the teams I just named will not be playing in the finals.
Okay. So what's your finals matchup?
My finals is actually, and again, this is just because I like the matchups. Monahan's going to be back there to repeat.
Oh boy.
And I'm telling you, the pitching makes a difference for that group. In there, they're a scrappy little team, and I enjoy watching them. And I'm going to go Buckley. Sorry.
Love it.
Oh my God. Give me a fucking break.
I'm telling you, because
you are out of your goddamn mind.
Coach, listen, number 1, I almost had to throw you out of a game you weren't even in last night. Number 2,
good.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but
yeah, we weren't going to talk about that, David.
But here's the thing. You guys will obviously, I think, will be in that top 2 to get to the finals, but it's always that first place team. So they never get there. I hate to say it, but especially
that's why we're forfeiting.
That's not going to help. That's not going to help you unless you guys like each break and I don't know, figure something out. But I can never go with the team that is in first. I'm sorry at this point of the year.
I get it. It's like taking the favorite in the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, because you got to think it's what 7 games left.
7 games left.
Yep.
So in 3 weeks, you're gonna know who you gotta know who's gonna finish and who's gonna do what, because that's whoever team gets hot. And
Well, we
and
did
Holtz
talk about that last
and
week. We
Holtz,
said,
go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say Holtz, I love you, but that's not gonna be you guys. I love the stretch you're going on, but there's too much in this league, and but I love the fight though. I really do. But
Absolutely. They could have packed it in this year, and
however,
those guys are fighting.
they will win the toilet bowl.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
And then they're gonna get smashed in the first round.
Because
I could see that too. But hey,
So-
I mean, if you take a season like this and where everyone makes the playoffs and you still get to make the toilet bowl and go to the first round, take that as a win.
That's a win, especially starting
Absolutely.
off 1 in what were they 1-16 at one
yeah,
point,
1
right?
in 16. Yeah, they
Yeah.
lost. They had lost 15 in a row, and then
So-
they won 3.
I would not want to be in the toilet bowl against them because they're going to be sneaky and they're going to. I said that to Dearborn last night. I'm like, you guys are going to win the goddamn toilet bowl. So we'll see.
I love it. It's going to be awesome. I'm
Now I
pretty
can't. Now I can't umpire that game because, like, dude, you said the Holtz was going to win. So
yeah, you're gonna have to be off on the toilet bowl night. So cool. Any last thoughts here on the standings?
No, I mean, I think it's crazy how fast. Like I know Tormeo did go on a 3-game win streak, but last week they were where Peterson was,
Right.
and now they're second place again. Like it's
I gotta
just
grab
crazy.
I gotta grab some screenshots of like week by week of just like what the standings
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
every week, and just how it's, you could be in second place one week and 7th place the next week. It's how it goes this year. But yeah, there's a lot. It's probably gonna go down to the last night at this point. Like
I'm sure.
the top 4 we could get to the last night and there's a team that could either be in the toilet bowl or they could be in the top 4. Like that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like going to the last night.
I hope the last night's a Wednesday.
So the last night, because of our most recent rain out, the last night is a Monday, and then the toilet bowl is a Wednesday. But
I guess I'll be doing the toilet bowl. Let's go
yes,
Holtz.
let's go Holtz. Oh man,
He just wears a Holtz jersey behind the dish. Shit.
Cool. All right, so let's get into some picks. Cool. What night do you?
Jim, you're not here next week, huh?
I am not here next week.
Wow, you're gonna miss another Buckley A&D game.
I know.
What do you just run away from these things?
Hopefully you guys are just going to forfeit and it doesn't even matter that I'm not there.
True.
But yeah, so I'm going to be out this week, unfortunately. But I'll be back next week. But looking really quick at last week. So as Buckley has slid, so have my game predictions. It's kind of been going at the same rate. We both went 2-5 last week.
Not a good showing.
Not great.
What's tough though too is that at this point in the season, there's teams that when someone's full 10 show up and the other team's full 10 does not, it skews our picks.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of the game. That's
of course,
goes.
but I'm saying this is the hardest part of the season to make picks.
Right, because you'll look back on we could be sitting, not that I'm like at the game on Wednesday, like remembering who I picked. I don't even remember who I pick until we come back and look at this today. But like when I'm at the field, like I would never sit there and be like, oh, if I knew that this guy wasn't going to be there, I would have changed my pick.
No, yeah.
It's not like that.
I think you're right on. That's the biggest point because I've done some games where one team's had like 17 guys and the other teams had like their top 10 and it's not even close.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then
it's so lopsided. It's like, but
yeah,
it's what makes it fun though.
For sure. But the playoffs, I feel like everybody kind of makes it a priority. And really, in these last 7 games, I started hearing it last night. Other leagues' playoffs are kind of starting somewhat soon. So we're going to probably see some guys miss some of our regular season games towards the end of this regular season for playoffs in other leagues. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But yeah, so we both got our pick of the week last week, which was good. My only 2 wins last week were VIP. So thanks to Cooch and the boys. Appreciate that. I should have rode with Holtz, obviously. I so many people came up to me on Monday and they were like, dude, you wanted to change your pick from Peterson to Holtz. You wanted to do it. You should have stuck with your gut. You're a pussy. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, Cooley, what night are you umping here next week? Because we definitely don't want you to pick those games.
Wednesday.
Okay. So you're going to be off limits for the Wednesday games. I mean, I guess you could do the Legion and Twardowski game on Wednesday. Why not?
Yeah,
right?
that's
I
fine.
can do those two. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, Cooley, I'm sure you know how this works, but we do. We pick these 6 games that are highlighted in yellow, and then we're also going to pick one more of these games that are in white here. So we're going to pick 7 total. It's kind of a snaked draft style, and then you also get a pick of the week.
Perfect.
So your pick of the week's basically worth an extra point. Colby and I each have a floating pick of the week, so we might be able to sneak in 2 here. But really quick showcase games. We have 8:30 Monahan Holtz, 6:30 A&D Buckley, Wednesday night 6:30 Holtz Torromeo, 8:30 Peterson VIP. What do you guys think? I mean, I feel like we got to throw a Holtz game in here, right?
I mean, I guess so. I was going to say A&D Buckley seems like the one, but I could also see I don't know.
I could see. I'm kind of thinking maybe this Monahan Holtz game on Monday night, or I was
Either
thinking,
one.
That's a tough one. 8:30. Does Tommy show up?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably
Nope.
not at 8:30.
I think for the show though, you got to go A&D and Buckley.
All right,
That's what I'm saying.
we'll go A&D and Buckley then.
And Jim, you're not there, right?
I will not be there this week.
All right.
So
We'll be sure to run rule you this week.
So let's go ahead and get started then. So 6:30. Where's this one at? Oh, the Legion. Phantom VFW. Colby, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Phantom here. They're away. They love being away. And last time with the Legion, Mitch tagged up from 3rd on an infield fly, so he's just got it in him.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna go VFW in this one.
I'm going VFW as well.
Okay.
This is where I pull away.
All right. So on to that game we just picked. So Cooley, you're up. A&D Buckley.
No-brainer.
A&D for me on this one.
I'm gonna go Buckley.
I hope
Really
Tucker hits another walk-off.
Best case scenario for me is that I get back from Texas and it's your team just went 2-0. You should stop showing up. Like I would love if that happened. I would love for people to start telling me that. That's best case scenario. 6:30 Twardowski on Monday. Torromeo Peterson. Colby.
I have to go with Torromeo. I don't know what's going on with the Peterson organization. They are just falling apart.
I don't know if they're falling apart, but they might be the most unpredictable team that we have.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they throw up 3 runs and then they put up 33 runs. I don't know what to think of it. So.
Right. Torromeo seems like they're starting to play a lot better. But I'm going to go Peterson.
Here we go. I'm pulling away.
I was going to go. I have to go Peterson. Sorry.
Sorry to who? You're
right.
My bad.
This one's VIP.
VIP. All right. So this is my gambler brain here thinking I'm like, all right, one team's sliding, the other team's rolling.
I'm definitely going with the slide.
I got a fade here. So I think I am going to fade. I'm going to go with NHI.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just picked up a point.
Yeah, I think you did just pick up a point probably.
I don't know. That's a NHI 7:30. That's a good time for them.
That's a good game.
Andy getting out of work in time and get up there. The other 2 that we need to show up will be there.
That could be a very high scoring game as well.
Could be.
I think NHI was I think their game against Holtz a couple weeks ago was like 31-25.
That was last Wednesday.
That was last week.
Game.
Yeah. It was 35-28.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And then VIP, as we talked about already, they score a bunch of runs. So I do think when we looked at the standings, those are the teams, the top 2 teams in runs for the year, NHI and VIP. So
NHI is kind of weird too. Like they also just had that game where the kid had a grand slam in the last inning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like they got to 12 or whatever it was.
Right.
You know
you're
what
right.
I mean?
Yeah. All right. So 6:30 on Wednesday at the Legion. Phantom Monahan. I kind of like this matchup. This is a good.
I do too. I like Monahan here.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Phantom in this one.
I'm going Monahan on this one.
All right. Another good matchup here. 6:30 on Wednesday at Twardowski. A&D versus VFW.
VFW is going 2-0 this week.
All right. I am going to take A&D
Oh,
in this one.
Uh,
As well.
Andy.
And last game, Buckley NHI 7:30 on Wednesday.
Cooley, stay out of it.
Yeah, so Cooley can't pick this one.
oh,
I'm going NHI.
I am going to go Buckley. So
Fading Buckley in a heavy way this week.
I mean, we got a lot of different picks this time, at least, Colby. I think there's only 2 games that we agreed on. So
this week could definitely.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So Cooley, we'll let you go first. Of these 7 games or 6 games that you picked, which one's your pick of the week?
Jim, can you scroll a little bit because we're behind
Yep.
the Bololi Banny?
Yeah, I got you.
Imagine he's like, my pick of the week is actually the Buckley NHI game.
Let's see. So I get double points, right? So it's gonna
it's an extra point. Yep.
extra point. I'm gonna do that VIP NHI game.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Going
for the heavy statement.
All right. I am bummed that we didn't pick any Holtz games this week, but good luck to Holtz. I am going to go with I'm going to go with A&D against VFW.
I am going to go I'm going NHI against Buckley.
NHI Buckley. All right. Any you thinking any bonus pick here? Are you going to let it ride?
I'm thinking about doing Tornadoes against Peterson here, but 6:30 can be tough for a couple of them to make. I'm going to just leave it. I'll let them float to next week.
All right. You're going to let it fly?
Yep.
All right. Cool. So that's what we got. So awesome. Right around 45 minutes per usual. Cooley, thanks so much for joining us, man.
No, thanks for having me again. And then see you guys next Wednesday. Well, Jim, you traveling all week or are you back Wednesday?
I'll be gone all week, but I'll see you the following week.
Well, enjoy.
Yeah,
and
they're
Colby,
sending me.
I won't see you because I never umpire your game. So
yeah, thanks a lot.
There you go.
But thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys when I see you.
Thanks Cole.
Cooley.
Appreciate you.
Right. See you
Later,
guys.
everybody.